Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we could do a fun reading challenge where we read two books in this video. We read the highest rated book on my TBR and my lowest rated book according to Goodreads. Sometimes I have read what should have been the lowest rated book on my TBRs and actually loved them. So that's what I thought we could do today, and hopefully we'll find at least one 5-star read. I'm assuming that might be from the highest rated, but who knows? Please do not forget to subscribe if you enjoy this video. I would really appreciate it. And let's get on with the video. So that I didn't have any dilly-dallying around and I'm not wasting your time, I did have a little look beforehand, before filming this video, at what those two books would be. So my lowest rated on the TBR is actually called We Used to Live Here by Marcus Klewer. I didn't actually realise this was written by a man. I feel like I haven't read many books written by men this year, apart from maybe like Riley Sager. So this will be an interesting one. And then my highest rated book on my TBR, oh, this one is a thriller, by the way. Then we've got Caught Up by Liz Tom Ford. It is actually the highest rated book on my TBR, which I am not surprised about at all. I'll put on screen what they are actually listed as on Goodreads in terms of ratings. But I think this one was like 4.43 if I'm correct, and this was about a 3.6 I believe. So very different ends of the spectrum. Obviously a lot of people have been rating this one 5 stars, so hopefully I will love it. I just read The Right Move last month and that was a 5-star read for me. That was the second book in the Windy City series, and this is the third book. I know so many people have read this book and love it, and it's such a popular BookTokey book. This one is following Miller and Kai Rhodes. I feel like we've obviously met Kai before, but I don't think we've met Miller. So, oh, I remember. I think this is the nanny trope. We had clues of this in the last book, because he was like looking for a nanny at the end of The Right Move. So yeah, I'm really excited. I feel like this book is going to have me in a chokehold. But we are actually going to start with the lowest rated, just because I feel like I'm in the mood for a thriller right now. So I'm going to start this tonight and I will check in with you once I actually have some thoughts. But I think this one is following a young couple, a young sapphic couple in fact, Charlie and Eve. And basically Eve is alone at home and she gets a knock on the door and there's this family on the porch and they say, "I used to live here, can I just show my family around? This means a lot to me, this was my childhood home." And Eve reluctantly says yes and lets them in, but once they get in, she can't get them out. So that's the gist of this book that I'm getting. Apparently it has some like crazy plot twists and like apparently it goes in directions that you just wouldn't expect. I think it was a girl called Belle on YouTube that was raving about this book, and so because she was raving about it so highly and the plot sounded so interesting to me, I did pick this up in Waterstones. So props to her if this is a good book. But I'll let you know once I've started in on this book. Good evening, it is now Sunday evening. I have started this book and read for about an hour and 45 minutes now. I'm on page about 95, I think, just over 25% of the way through this book, and I'm enjoying so far. I feel like we've just got the setup all sorted and I am starting to feel very uneasy. I don't know what direction this is going to go in. I'm kind of wondering if it's going to have any paranormal aspects, to be completely honest, because I don't really see any other explanations for some of this stuff. Like definitely something from the higher ups in this book, like whether there's some like sort of like gods or something. I honestly don't know at this point. But the book is as follows. I kind of explained earlier the premise of it. So this family, including obviously a wife and a husband and I think 3 kids, turn up on Eve's door. The dad says he used to live there and he really wants to show his family around. There's also like a snowstorm going on. Against Eve's better judgment, she ends up letting this family come in and just says, "You can have 15 minutes looking around this house. That's it. Like, I want to wait for my partner to get home, but fine, 15 minutes. What harm could that cause?" And they must have been there for hours at this point. Like, she cannot get rid of them. But like, it's not like she's trying to kick them out all the time and they're just saying no. Like, things are happening. That means they have to stay for longer. And I just want them to leave. Like, I just want them to leave and for Eve to have a nice little evening with Charlie and everything to go back to normal and everything to be okay, because I'm feeling a little bit uneasy. This family is making me feel uneasy. The dad is kind of coming in and out of consciousness a little bit. Like Eve keeps catching him just like not being present, like just staring at a wall. Eve is also quite a paranoid character, and she talks about how she is usually a pretty paranoid person and she has this like voice in her brain that tells her that the worst is going to happen always. So we're obviously in Eve's perspective, so it's like, well, now I'm imagining the worst too. So I genuinely have no idea what direction this is going to go in right now. I'm really glad I've not seen any spoilers for this, and I promise I won't spoil anything for you, because these are just my initial thoughts and feelings. Like, is it going to go in these directions? I don't know. I guess I won't be able to tell you. Wait, this book is crazy. I am 73% of the way through this book now. I've just had a crazy plot twist, I don't know what's going on now. Also, I figured out that this book is actually a horror, not a thriller, and it makes a lot of sense. On those two roles. Then we have an anchor, and it's a non-human entity or a host. Hey guys, I've actually finished We Used to Live Here Now by Marcus Kluwer, and I'm so pleased I read this book. Like, I feel like I wouldn't have picked this up for quite a while if it wasn't in this challenge, but this was so good, and I don't know why it's rated the lowest book on my TBR, because I've done a lot of thinking about this book. This book sent me spiraling. It completely warped my entire sense of reality in like such an unsettling way. The kind of plot I shared with you earlier in this video, saying that this family was on the doorstep wanting to come in and then they couldn't get out. This went in such a different direction that I was never expecting, and it's definitely a horror book, and I'm definitely intrigued to pick up more books like this. If there is any that you know of, please tell me, because I want to read more books like this, but I don't know what would be like this, because this just felt so unique and creative, and so much care and effort and research, and this is just so clever. So much research went into this book. The only way I can describe this book is this is how I imagine tripping to feel like, because honestly I had to go on to like an hour deep dive afterwards. I had to search it up on YouTube and literally watch this woman's 1 hour deep dive on this book and explain loads of different things that I missed the whole way through, and where reality started and ended, because this book was just crazy. But the other thing about this book is that it really leaves it up to the viewer to decide what the actual plot was. Like, we actually don't get told. And as I was not reading this book, it didn't leave my mind once. I was constantly thinking, I want to get back to reading this book. And it made such a nice change from the normal like romances or like normal thrillers I read. And I genuinely felt in danger right alongside Eve for like the whole way through as well. The best word I can describe this book with is clever. This book was just really clever. When I first finished this, I thought this was going to be a 4-star read for me, and I thought, because the whole way through reading it, I was like obviously really enjoying it, but like I didn't realise how clever it was until I watched that deep dive, and then I was like, oh my god, this is actually a 5-star read. So we found ourselves a 5-star book in this video that I was not expecting to be a 5 stars at all, to be honest. I thought this would be like a solid 4-star thriller, but it's not a thriller, it's definitely a horror, and I really recommend this book. I feel like there's not much I can say about it without spoiling anything, because you really have just got to go into this pretty blind. He's also got a book coming out early next year that I will 100% be reading. I think it's called The Caretaker, and I cannot wait to read another book by him, because this was his debut novel. Like, what? Now on to the highest book on our TBRs. We have Caught Up by Liz Tom Ford, and I have actually already started this book as well. I started this last night in bed, and then I also read some on my lunch break today, and I am actually 200 pages in now, because this is quite addictive. I've been listening to it on Audible as well, because sometimes my favourite thing, this has been my recent hyperfixation of how I'm consuming books, basically downloading the audiobook and playing games on my phone. Like, literally just lying there playing like the stupidest little games on my phone while I listen to the audiobook. That is like a relaxing, ideal evening for me. Because I started this book on my Kindle yesterday and read like however many pages, and then it got to the point where I would normally put a book down because my eyes were getting tired and I was like too tired to read anymore. But actually I didn't want to stop listening to the story, so then I just switched to the audiobook and played games on my phone and listened to it for like another like 45 minutes. So that is a bit of a life hack for you if you ever get too tired to read at night and you still want to actually get through books and be in stories, because I'm really enjoying this. I have read so many single dad books this month though. Like, tell me why this is my 3rd single dad romance book of November. Every single romance I feel like I've read has a single dad trope in. Every single romance book I've had this month has included children, which is interesting. I don't mind that though. I actually do not mind children in books at all. I actually think having children in books can add a lot in. But anyway, Caught Up. I'm getting caught up with other stuff. But this book, is following a a pro baseball player and his nanny. Let me actually just read you the description of this book. So this is following Kai. It says, I'm a single dad and starring pitcher for Chicago's MLB team, which is the baseball team. I'm stretched too thin, but I do not want help raising my son. Each of his previous nannies only lasted a few weeks before I let them go. Now my coach is putting his foot down by hiring the one person I can't fire. His daughter, Miller Montgomery, is the last woman I should fall for. Too wild, too young, and too unattached. Chicago is just a quick stop for her. I thought I'd be counting down the days until she left, but summer feels too short when I start thinking about forever. And then Miller, as a high-end pastry chef who recently won the most prestigious award in my industry, I am desperate to prove I deserve it. But with new title comes new pressure, and I can't create a fresh and inspiring dessert to save my life. With only 2 months to get back on track, I should be focusing in the kitchen, but instead I let my dad talk me into using my time off to nanny for his star player's kid. Kai Rhodes forgot how to have fun, and I'm eager to jog his memory. But when him and his son start to feel like home, I have to remind us that both my time in Chicago ends with the summer. Besides, I've always been a runner. The last thing I want is to get caught. I actually need to read these Goodreads descriptions more often because they are crazy. That's the setup of this book. Baseball player, nanny. The nanny is his coach's daughter, and I'm just loving this book so much. It's really good, and the spice in this book is also really, really good. I'm loving. I love Liv Tom Ford's writing so much. So that's my current update. I'll catch you this evening when I'm a bit further in. I just finished work and I'm about to take my dogs on a walk and listen to the audiobook while I'm on my walk. But I am now on page 235. So I've read this much and have this much left. We are 100% going to finish this book together tonight. There is absolutely no doubt about it. I have the house to myself for the evening, which I'm actually very happy about because I feel like I haven't had just like a me night in a really long time. So I'm about to take my dogs for a walk. I also have ice skating tonight. If you didn't know, how would you know? I do ice skating lessons every Wednesday, which is really fun. So I've got that tonight. But this is going so well. I don't know if this is going to be a 5 stars. It takes a lot for me to just rate a romance book 5 stars. I think I gave The Mile High 3.75 stars. The Right Move was a 5 though. But this one has the potential, but it's not quite there yet. Definitely above a 4 stars. Right now I'd say maybe a 4.25 or a 4.5. I'm not really sure right now. I feel like it takes me like 80% into a book to actually realise how much I'm attached to like a certain set of characters. But yeah, so we're going to go on a little dog walk and then I will catch up with you in a bit. I just got back from my dog walk and I've been reading for another half an hour. And now I have to go to ice skating. I can't lie, I don't want to go. I'm so tired and I feel like I just want to sit on the sofa and finish this book. But we're going to go. Hi Benji, what are you doing? My dogs literally just stare out the window all day long, I swear to God. But I'm going to put my brave girl pants on and get out this house and go into the cold. I think that's why I'm not wanting to go, because it's just so cold. And I'm just tired. But I'm going to push myself and we're going to go. It's only a half an hour lesson, and then as soon as we get back we can get cozy and finish this book, and then I might even start another book tonight. You won't see that in this vlog because this is only a 2-book vlog, but I'm just in a reading mood. I just want to sit and binge books right now. I love this. I'm in the middle of Asda right now and I feel like my entire gut is being sucker punched. Like my heart is like actually in agony from these characters. Literally just this second finished reading, caught up. Sorry if you can see my dog's head down here, he's just sat chilling, but I've just finished caught up, and Jesus Christ, as I said earlier, Liz Tom Ford just has a way of like, the whole way through I was enjoying this, right? But I think earlier I said it's gonna be like a 4.5 maybe, but then at like the 80% mark you realise how much you actually care for these characters. Like I was literally, after my ice skating lesson, I went to Asda to pick up some dinner, and I was just like walking through the Asda like mall bit, feeling like my heart was being like ripped out of my chest because I was like so upset. Yeah, my heart was literally being pulled out of my chest because the third act conflict in this literally made me want to scream, like in a good way though. Like, it was a good third act conflict and it needed to happen. I really do see why this series is so popular now. Like, obviously Mile High was okay for me, I loved The Right Move, and this one just solidifies for me that I need to read the rest of this series as soon as physically possible, because I'm probably going to get a few more 5 stars out of this, because again, you don't realise how much you care about them until something happens and then you're like, well damn, that was offending me personally. I just think Kai and Miller, soulmates, like they brought out the best in each other, and I always love when there's a kid involved as well. And like, this kid got a new mum, and like Max was just such a baby. Like, he was obviously really, really young, but he was really sweet, and I just think they matched each other perfectly, and she was so good with Max too. And I just love this book so much. And I also think the epilogue of this book, with how it sets up for Isaiah's book, I am screaming. I need to pick up that book as soon as possible, because the next book in the series is following Kai's brother Isaiah, and it starts with a accidental marriage in Vegas. Like, I need to read that ASAP. And I also really like obviously the nanny trope is quite a popular one, right? They've got it in like the Chestnut Spring series, and I've read so many other nanny romances. This was definitely the best one I've read. My only like 1% qualm with this book, which maybe I'd rate this a 4.99, because my only qualm was, I think, the trope of her wanting to prove something because her dad had given up so much for her. That kind of annoyed me, because I'm like, just have a conversation with him. Like, you can't surely actually believe that, and if you do, surely just get some therapy and you can be talked out of that. Like, I know that's what she believed, but I just thought that was a little bit of a silly belief on her part, and like, why would she not think that her dad would want her close? I don't know, that was a bit of a weird one for me. Cannot believe we got 2 5 stars in one video. That is like a craziness to me. I have had the best reading time ever recently. Like, November, I've had the most highest ratings of the entire year. I have had 5 stars this month, and I think I've read like 11 or 12 books. 5 stars in 1 month. That is absolutely unheard of. Like, oh, this was just so good. I'm so happy. I'm gonna go and relax now, watch some YouTube, maybe watch some Gossip Girl in bed. I did think I'd maybe start another book today, but I feel like this book has given me a bit of a book hangover, and I need some time, aka 1 day, to process what the hell I've just read, because this is gonna live with me forever. This was so perfect. I'm so happy. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. Let me know if you've read either of these books, by the way, and I'd love to chat to you in the comments about these books. Bye guys.